Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to our English News Edition, coming to you from Canal, Algérie. I'm your host, Meissa Doumas. To the headlines. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, chairs on Sunday a Council of Ministers meeting devoted to the presentation of a joint statement by the agriculture and trade sectors on the availability of strategic materials. The head of state receives at the headquarters of the presidency the president of the International Committee for the Mediterranean Games, David Tizano. The sales of subsidized air tickets to Douala has been launched in all Touring Voyage Algérie agencies. Algerian supporters were numerous to buy their air tickets. The example was taken from Oran and Ouargla provinces. And in Tiara province, a former importer has converted his business to PVC doors and windows manufacturing, a company that was able to benefit from the lifting of certain obstacles. Those are today's headlines. First in our news, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, Supreme Chief of the Armed Forces, Minister of National Defense, chaired on Sunday a meeting of the Council of Ministers, which was dedicated to the presentation of a joint presentation of the agriculture and trade sectors on the availability of strategic materials and the production forecasts of essential agricultural materials, in addition to the examination of draft laws on investment promotion, civil and criminal procedures, and fisheries and aquaculture. At the outset, the President of the Republic thanked the Secretary General of the Arab League and the Ministerial Council for accepting Algeria's proposal to the holding of the 31st Arab Summit on the 1st of November, the date of the outbreak of the glorious National Revolution War, with all its symbolism and the presence of the Arab nation at its side. After listening to the Prime Minister's presentation of the government's activities during the last 2 weeks, the mediator of the Republic presented his periodic report on the evolution of the situation of investment projects blocked during the last weeks. It was decided the lifting of the freeze of 109 new investment projects, the entry into operation of 66 other projects, the entry into operation of 419 projects compared to the last Council of Ministers. This has allowed the creation of 2,420 new jobs in the various sectors. The lifting of the freeze of projects has brought the number of jobs created to 3,013, with the aim of reaching 4,833 jobs soon. The President of the Republic has given the following instructions: to continue the edification of blocked projects and to resolve all difficulties. The President of the Republic has ordered, among other things, to enshrine the debate by presenting a new law for the promotion of investment, to concretize the principle of the freedom to invest, the simplification of procedures. The meeting was also devoted to the draft amendment of the law on civil and administrative procedures. In this regard, the President ordered that disputes in commercial matters be settled by the commercial courts. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, received at the headquarters of the presidency the President of the International Committee for the Mediterranean Games, David Tizano. The audience took place in the presence of the President's advisor in charge of external relations, Abdelhafid Allahum, Youth and Sports Minister, Abdelrazak Sibgag, and the Commissioner for the Mediterranean Games of Oran, Mohammed Aziz Darwaz. Following this audience, the President of the International Committee for the Mediterranean Games, David Tizano, gave an address to the press.
The time that we have here in Algeria, a big thanks to the President of the Republic for giving me the opportunity to stay here and do the personal meeting with him. It's a pleasure to represent to 25 nations of our committee for the next Mediterranean Games in Oran, and a big thanks to the government for the big investment to do in Oran that will be the heritage for la jeunesse. A big thanks to the government, to the Minister of Jeunesse et la Culture, and the Mr. Valli of Oran, and Aziz Zerwaz, the commissioner of the games. For us, it's a big opportunity to go back in the south with the games, and I hope that these games will be a big opportunity for the Algerian to offer a wonderful view for the wonderful nation and wonderful people. Personally, I come from the south, and my feeling is Mediterranean. I come from Napoli, and I feel very well here, and I am very happy to be in Algeria. We want thanks again for the fantastic hospitality, the advisor of the president, and give us the exceptional feeling to stay here at home. Un ringraziamento anche, big thanks to the newspaper and the media, because we need the message. The message is we will have a wonderful game in Oran. Thank you. Inshallah.
Following the instructions of the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, to back the national football team fans in their travel to Cameroon to support our national squad, the President tasked Prime Minister Ayman bin Abdulrahman to launch from March 13th the ticket sale with subsidized prices so as to ensure all the conditions for the success of this operation. As soon as the decision was announced, the Youth and Sports Ministry organized 12 flights to transport supporters of the national football team to Douala. The provinces concerned are Algiers, Oran, Constantine, Ouargla and Bachar. The travel agency Touring Voyage Algérie is taking in charge the marketing of this offer. The fans are to be aged 18 and above with a valid passport. They also have to be vaccinated. It should be noted that the deadline for selling tickets is set for the 15th of the current month. The tickets selling operations started on Sunday morning in good conditions. The Touring Voyage Algérie received the Algerian fans who purchased the first tickets to the Cameroonian city of Douala. The sales of subsidized air tickets to Douala in Cameroon has been launched in all Touring Voyage Algérie agencies. Algerian supporters wishing to go were numerous to buy their air tickets. The example was taken from Oran and Ouargla provinces. The insights with Rania Al-Bahri.
According to the instructions given by the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, to subsidize the plane tickets toward Douala, many supporters of the national football team have flocked to this tourist agency in Oran province to buy the plane tickets. I would like to thank the President of the Republic for this initiative. I finally can go to watch the football game and support our national football team. It's a good thing even for people who don't plan to go. They will be encouraged. I'm sure that it will be a great experience. All means have been deployed to ensure the success of this operation, which will allow the football fans to give all their support to our national football team. It's worth recalling that other sales points in western regions of the country were also registered, such as Mascara, Schlef and Ain-Timousent provinces. We have been mobilized since this morning for registering, giving guidance to people. Until now, we have registered a large number. All the necessary means are put in place to facilitate the procedures. The same atmosphere prevailed in Ouargla province. Many fans bought the air tickets to assist this national sporting event. We are here to get information regarding traveling to Cameroon. We have heard that the plane tickets are subsidized, and it encouraged us to go support the national team. We have have started the process of selling plane tickets. We are here to support and guide the supporters about the actions that will be taken whether here in Algeria or in Douala. For their part, the fans appreciated this lofty move of the president, especially as it will encourage our football team. We would like to thank the President of the Republic for this initiative. We hope that our national football team will qualify for the World Cup 2022. It's worth recalling that 2 flights to Douala are planned from Ouargla International Airport.
A largely consumed vegetable in the country reaches a record surge in prices. Potatoes price reached 140 Algerian dinars in certain regions. In order to stabilize the market, the Ministry of Culture has launched a destocking operation of 15,000 tons. Leticia Sedqawi.
The price of potatoes has risen again in recent days. This vegetable, considered as a staple food in Algerian cuisine, is sold at the price of 120 dinars, even 140 dinars in several regions of the country, a significant increase that worries the consumers and traders, who denounce this increase that has made this food almost inaccessible.
This is not normal. The potato is sold at 140 dinars per kilo. Sometimes I find it at 100 dinars, but it is of a poor quality.
You realize 5 kilos of potatoes cost about 600 dinars. It has been 2 months that their price continues to increase. I bought it between 110 dinars and 120 dinars per kilo at the Go market. Following the unjustified surge in potato prices, the Ministry of Agriculture has decided to launch an operation to destock 15,000 tons of potatoes for consumption, a measure that aims to stabilize the price of this basic necessity, which has experienced a significant increase despite satisfactory production. We really hope that next week there will be a drop in prices. We are supposed to be having the choice between the potato of Mustaganem and that of Tipaza and Algiers. In a month, a potato of Ain al-Difla, Mustaganem and Mtija will enter the markets. Prices should normally fall. The destocking operation will supply the local points of sale that will be opened by the structures under supervision of the sector. As a reminder, the potato market is currently supplied by the last season production, while waiting on the arrival of the seasonal harvest at the end of the current month.
In a farm located in the municipality of Zeralda, citrus and olive cultivation is flourishing, especially due to the use of modern techniques to improve quality and productivity. More insight with Manal Ammari.
Over 80 hectares of orchards are exploited in citrus and olive growing on the heights of Zeralda municipality. These two agricultural sectors are in full expansion, thanks to favorable climatic and hydrological conditions for an intensive and diversified production. We produce about 14,000 kilograms of olives for every 2,000 olive trees planted per hectare. We can extract over 2,000 liters of olive oil thanks to a variety of trees, such as the arbequina, the arbuzana, or the patcholine. Public authorities called for increasing efforts in the agricultural sector by encouraging and promoting initiatives. These efforts are capable of consolidating food security and thereby conquering the international market.
Our farm has a capacity of 70 hectares, 35 of which are dedicated to vine cultivation. The rest is intended for citriculture. When we created this agricultural development, the production was only destined for the national market, but today we are considering a shift towards exports.
In full expansion and with about 40 varieties, citriculture keeps growing in Algeria, with the aim of further developing the commercial cultivation of citrus in our country.
Algeria is hosting the 47th meeting of the Executive Committee of the Union Assembly of Member States of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. The proceedings took place at the International Conference Center under the chairmanship of Brahim Boughali, President of the National People's Assembly. This meeting covered issues of common interest facing the Muslim world, as well as issues relating to the holding of the 17th session of the Union. During his speech, Brahim Boughali said that the new Algeria, under the chairmanship or the leadership of the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, has completed building its domestic institutions in response to the demands of Algerian people in their Hirak or popular protest movement, adding that Algeria is fully devoted to support the just causes that brings prosperity to the Muslim people. Always at the International Conference Center and on the sidelines of the meeting of the Executive Committee of the Union of the Councils of the Member States of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, the President of the National People's Assembly received Mohammed Al-Quraishi Niyas, Secretary General of the Union of the Councils of the Member States of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, and members of the Executive Committee of the Turkish and Iranian Federations. In Tiaret province and in the investment sector, a former importer has converted to the manufacture of PVC doors and windows, a company that was able to see the light of day following the lifting of certain obstacles. Leticia Sidqawi once again.
Supplying the local and international market with PVC doors and windows is a challenge taken up by this company, which produces nearly 3,000 units monthly.
كنا نستورد النوافذ جاهزة ومن بعد
Before I was an importer of windows, then with the encouragement of investment, I benefited from a plot of land of 6,300 square meters and realized this factory. We had the idea of launching the project to manufacture quality products at the best prices.
With the recruitment of young graduates, the same unit intends to set a production line of the latest generation.
This company is an outstanding opportunity for me.
It is a whole new dynamic that is created in Tiaret, a dynamic born from the new economic policy aiming at encouraging investment.
That was it for our news edition. Thank you for tuning in to our program. Good night.